Working on some Arizona pocket teas. Definitely my signature piece. Doing a bunch of prep for Cultivate. Yeah, it's been a crazy progress and really gunning for it.
I stress out about pottery occasionally, but it's always a really good stress. The hardest part is just consistently throwing a really straight cylinder. The way the force on a wheel works, it's always pushing your clay out. So just learning how to put just the right amount of pressure to keep it straight can be a little challenging. I just keep wanting to get better, and that's what makes me come back at this point. Often I don't think it is even a creative pursuit anymore. It's just a pursuit of trying to get really good at my craft. Without Cultivate, I really don't think any of it would have moved so quickly for me.
When we first met and started talking about what would it look like to have a market in the fall, who should be involved, what really should be the purpose, we wanted to bring the community together with small businesses and artists and makers. At the first market, I think we had almost zero expectations. We were just hoping to pull it off.
People would come.
You know.
After that first one, it felt like we had like birthed something. I mean,
Yes.
every market kind of feels that way, but now, like,
This is our fourth kid, so it's...
We got it.
Yeah.
We have to do the courtesy 10-second countdown.
We like really love like building the hype and the buzz, and Kristin's like really good at that with the social media. And at least I know when I see an event is 2 days, I am much more likely to on Saturday be like, oh, like I don't know, maybe I'll go tomorrow, and then I actually never end up going.
3, 2, 1.
But with our market, it's 1 day, and I really find that brings a lot more people.
We've done free tote bags in the beginning, you know, for the first 50 people that come to the market. Maybe we're just crazy. We are, but
Yeah.
we like the buzz.
It's really exciting to have that burst. Everyone's like, why don't you just do it the same spot you did last year?
And it's too easy.
It's too easy. One of the most terrifying but also most fun parts is like trying to find the building, because nothing can happen until we have the building. We can announce it, we can maybe put the application out, but until we have the contract signed to use a space, the market cannot happen. Our goal is always to introduce emerging spaces that people can sort of imagine what they could become at our markets.
We also wanted to have another level of impact, another layer, and so we had our vendors donate a percentage of their sales to a local nonprofit. It gives us an opportunity to give nonprofits in our area not just financial help, but also relational capital to work with volunteers, people finding out about what they're doing and spreading the word that way too. This year we were able to donate approximately $8,500 to local nonprofits. We definitely sat down on the front end and really thought through what we wanted it to look like before even going into the first market. We wanted something that was really consistent throughout, like quality being one of the markers for that. Crafted, not crafty. Like Claire mentioned too, we wanted to appeal to both men and women.
Branding is how one communicates a message and how that comes across, sort of controlling your message.
Specifically, we're representing a collective group of artists, makers, and businesses, and so that visual element to Instagram is just super helpful. And then being able to look through a feed and say, this is like the kinds of things I can find at the market. You go into it with an intention, which is like the branding of something, and you continue to produce content that is similar to that, that has the same focus, the same feel, the same, you're evoking the same response in people, or at least you hope that your branding does that consistently.
I really wanted to keep one for myself, but I'll make more. What sets it apart is just how much care Claire and Kristin put into the entire event. I can tell that they really care about me and the other vendors, and like they're working so hard to promote this event because they want to see us succeed as artists.
Her first market was the last holiday market, and her growth has been exponential. Her wholesale orders, like she gets all these wholesale orders.
If I hadn't been at Cultivate, I would not have those orders. And because I got those orders, I'm getting more presence on social media, and especially through Instagram, so other shops are finding me. So I just shipped out a large order of my candlesticks to a really cool shop in LA. It's definitely been really good supplemental income, and I'm spending a lot of time trying to decide if I think it could be something I can do full time.
Outside of our one-day market, it's really more about like the momentum that they ride from our markets, and that's pretty much the most exciting part for me.
I've done a lot of markets, and it's hands down my favorite. It was just super polished from the get-go, and they, you know, they really cared about the vendors. I love that it makes perfect sense, but that they promo us leading up to the market.
You know, he started out at our first market, and he's consistently been with us, and we've been with him and promoting him. The element of people in Tucson not necessarily recognizing the talent that is in Tucson. And Quinlan's a great example of that. He has been doing the same thing the whole time and is getting recognition in other communities and other cities like Phoenix Fashion Week, winning emerging, you know, lifestyle designer of the year.
So I won 2018 Lifestyle Designer of the Year for Phoenix Fashion Week. Super excited, humbled, and now, you know, there's definitely no days off, right? Like, really got to go for it, and so you just got to keep that traction going.
Cultivate is a good fit for Tucson because there's a lot of stuff happening. It's not always pulled together and packaged in a cohesive way that makes sense to the community.
And that's really the core. We want to sort of raise the bar for local goods and local businesses and showcase them so they get more business. It feels like we've accomplished so much, and it's a really rewarding feeling. But at the same time, we're like super analytical, and we are always thinking about, like, we have like a notes for next time doc that we just add to during every market, and we're always thinking about how we can tweak and improve.
We never feel like, oh, we've completed this event and we've arrived. It's like, we've completed this event, that was really exciting. What's next? How can we make this better? And how can we keep growing?